People ask why I have such a big bundle of keys. I've tried to pare it down, but then it's so small I never feel like I can find my keys. They need to be this big so they make the most amount of noise. If you lose keys a lot, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, you think I'm a crazy man, and I agree with you. huh. So how you doing today? Did you sleep well? I had a good day yesterday, so we went out to eat, and then I had some ice cream. Oh, that came back to visit. I love ice cream. It does not love me back. I got to break it off. I got to write a dear ice cream letter. We've had good memories, but it's time to, anyway. I don't know if I'll be able to pull it off because I love ice cream. Okay, well, I'll tell you about the hero I met yesterday. Well, actually, I've met him a couple of months ago. He knocked on my door. I said, yeah, can I put up a lawn sign? I'm running for city office. Oh, well, I don't live in the city. So but knock yourself out. So he put something up in the median. And I asked him why. And he said, well, he met like all kinds of people. I wrote this down. I couldn't believe how passionate he was about it. Why are you doing this? I said, well, my son was wanted to speak on an issue at a city council meeting. And he's a teenager. So yeah, let's do it. And his son, he was very impressed with his attitude and not impressed with how the crowd treated his son. Swear words and gestures. So he said, I wanted to set an example that was given to me by my son. So my son was setting an example for me, and I wanted to be an example to him. So I think I wrote this down. Yeah. In the course of 9 months, he reached out to 102,000 different people. Now, there's only like about 36,000 people total. So his goal was to talk to everybody in some way or another 3 times. And in my particular case, it was knocking on my door and talking to me. We talked for about half an hour. I'm sure I wasted a lot of his time. But I was really interested in it. And I was also, I could see the writing on the wall. And this is what that means. I had never heard of him before. And I thought, I didn't say this out loud, but boy, name recognition is everything. And the results came back. There were 3 people. One got 40%, another got 40%. They're in the runoff. He got 20%. And so you might say he was drubbed. Well, he still had his website up for, blah, blah, blah for office. So I reached out to him. I said, you ever want to talk? I'd like to. And so we did. We had coffee yesterday. And I said, I admire you. He said, why? I said, well, I go around talking about America's story, and you are it. You have seen something in the landscape that you didn't care for. In this particular case, name calling and negativity in a political campaign. And you decided to do something again about it. He said, yeah, but I didn't win. I said, I know, that would be crushing, soul crushing. I've talked to people who have lost elections. I mean, soul crushing is accurate. But your son will not forget this. And I said, I think you're a hero. Now, he didn't really want to accept that. Maybe it seemed a little bit over the top. But I said, yeah, I mean, the sacrifice you made was real, and it expensive, a lot of time, but you did it. And I just think that's heroic. I said, in my experience, the people who run and lose, they hardly ever run again. They hardly ever run again. If you want to make it about you, I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't run again. But if you wanted to make it about the issue, and let's just say for the next 4 to 6 years, you would just be out on social media talking about the issues and the issues only, talking about them and saying no negative thoughts or no name calling or whatever it is going to be. If you just made that about, let's wear the white hat, let's take the high road. If you did that, and you did that as a service to the community, you might have a shot of name recognition if you ever wanted to run for office again. Well, we'll see what happens. There are people in your day-to-day who will be doing the right thing, and it's not going to be showing up in any tangible way. It will look like they are getting drubbed. And I would just ask you to come alongside those people and just say, hey, you can do this. I'm watching you. I'm admiring what you're doing. Sometimes it's not what we do, it's who we encourage. Anyway, that's what I got today. You can share this out. I wish you would. Comment. This shows up on YouTube. If it does, in your deal, and you subscribe, well, then you'll get another video right there. And until we talk, I'm Jeff Gould. God bless.